What's up, what's down?
Turn your life around.
Hi guys, welcome to the Life Awakening podcast, and today we are continuing our
Wow.
relationship series. It's
Yep.
a very juicy topic for this one. We've done friendship, we've done family. So today is BGR.
juicy.
Yeah, bro.
Juicy, and we have
We have Sebastian with us.
yeah,
Yep.
Sebastian
Yeah.
with us.
Hi guys.
Yeah, so you wanna maybe
Introduce yourself.
Can, sure. So I'm Sebastian, and I'm married with a
Oh,
beautiful
wow,
wife.
wow, that's a statement there.
I'm married with a beautiful wife. Her name is Rebecca Vincent.
Wow.
And I got extra good news is we have a son. He's
Wow, come on.
8 month old now. Yeah, and I'm serving in Calvary City Church, and I'm one of the associate pastor there. Yeah, and I just graduated from my Master of Theology in Bible College of Malaysia.
ooh,
Nice.
congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright, so my name's Evan and she's Esther.
Yeah, hi.
And let's go.
Okay, so straight right into the topic.
Let's go.
So our first question, right? Would you suggest it is a right time for teenagers, or when is the right time for people to get into a relationship?
Oh, okay. See this question, right?
Pastor, this is very important, Pastor.
No, listen. It may sound like a tough question, but
Yeah.
it's not. Also, there is no definite answer for it because I can't give a specific age where you can actually date. Why? Let me tell you.
Okay.
You see, in a culture setting, if you go to America, you will have like people who they start dating when they were 17, and then they get married at 19. And this comes from like pastors' kids and all that. you know.
Wow.
So
Okay.
there is I would not give a definite answer that this is the age that you need to start dating, but rather there are few requirement or criteria that we can look into it, right? I mean, most of them will say you need to date only when you can start, when you earn money, when you start working. I will completely disagree on that.
Yeah.
Why? Because, for example, I have friends who are medical students, okay? And for them to really finish the entire college will be around 24, 25.
Yeah.
But they will get their partner during their college, and they're not earning yet, right? But they still date, right? So my only thing is, basically, is as long as you know who you are in
yeah.
Christ, and you are certain of your future,
Yeah.
that means you're not confused. You know, okay, in 5 years' time, this is where the Lord is leading me, and I know I can handle this girl or this guy. Bam, you're good to go.
Bam.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the key word here is as long as you know yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your identity in Christ.
Yes.
Wow.
That's the most
Yeah,
important.
yeah.
Wow.
So there's no age. But of course, if you're a 9-year-old or 10-year-old, just play games first.
Speaking of criterias
Yeah.
or requirements, right? So what were the criterias that you set for
Okay,
for
see.
your other half or for
Now,
like the wife?
When I was growing up, of course, being a teenager,
Yeah.
I didn't have criteria. All right. So I always thought, that, when you pray, then suddenly God will show you an image of a girl that you like and all that. But then when I look back, right, it's very funny because you know why, right? God didn't speak in any other things. But when I want to have a girlfriend, then God speaks to me. Have you come across where people say that, hey brother or sister, you know what happened? I was praying, and then God said she's my girlfriend. But bro, you know what? So many things you prayed for, God never spoke to you.
I heard this prayer thousands of times.
Right. So I thought, this was the girl that God wanted me to date and get married and all that. But I realized I was just going because of my emotion,
Yeah.
and also we like to deny this, but most of the time, if you're being a teenager, there's always this element of lust there.
Yeah.
Where we will fail to see. But now when I look back, of course there was lust in that.
Yeah, come on.
So I didn't have any criteria
Oh,
back
okay.
then,
Okay.
which is wrong. Which is wrong. But when I start growing deeper in the Lord, when I start to know who am I in Christ, then of course I had criteria.
So
The
can you
criteria
share with
was,
us? Yeah.
I can share with you. The criteria was that I need to know where is God leading me and what God's doing in my life, and I'm certain in my identity,
Come on.
and I should be that I'm not going to fall in love just because I need someone to take care of me,
Wow. Yeah.
or I'm not going to fall in love just because I need someone to do my bed, or I can't
Yeah.
live without this person.
Yeah, yeah.
No. Which means, right, I can still carry on with my life without
Yeah.
getting with that person. When I know that I still can carry on my life without that person, then I'm good. Oh, sorry. Then I'm good for relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
Most of us, we have this wrong perception. I need this person to support me. That's why I want to get to a relationship. Wrong.
Oh, man,
That's for me.
Wow.
Yes,
You need to be
yes.
certain I can do my life without that person.
Come on, Pastor.
Then,
Yeah.
then
Oh,
you're
it's a
strong.
really new
Yeah.
perspective for
Yeah.
me, even for me, because I always think that like, the other person has to like, help me with this, something that I don't have, that person must have, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll tell you why that's so important. Because you know why? When you have that, right, you create an expectation that okay, that person is going to support me, that person is going to encourage me. But what if you start to date and the person doesn't do what you expect? That's when breakup takes place. So don't have any expectation on the person to do to you, but have an expectation what you will do towards yourself.
No, I completely agree that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
See, a lot of breakups and divorce when they marry is because expectation very high. For example, I love this girl because she's going to encourage me in ministry, because she's the one who's going to open doors for me in ministry. When I'm sad, she's going to encourage me. It's good. I'm not saying it's wrong. But what if that day I come back home after a long day in ministry
doesn't
and my
do
wife
that.
doesn't encourage me? Because she's tired in her life.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I'll be like, Ayo, how come she never encourage me? Ayo, this is not from God lah. Then what happen is, fight, arguments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we keep all the emotion inside. See, that's wrong. So don't have this kind of expectation. Expectation is, I'm steady on my own because God is the one who's going to encourage me.
Come on. Yeah.
So it's, again, identity is you and Christ. That's the criteria.
Yeah. It's very important to see this.
Yeah.
That when we put our expectation in God,
Yeah.
yeah, God's expectation, not our expectation.
Yeah.
So like God knows the way. After God knows
Right.
the way, and when we put expectation, it's like what we want, not what God wants.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
I mean, it happens lah. It happens because we are
Yes,
human.
yes.
Sometimes we want to take control.
Correct.
You know, sometimes what we want is, is make us feel comfortable.
Correct.
But what God wants doesn't make us comfortable. But is the
Yeah.
best for us.
Correct. I think
Yeah.
it's also because what we are being taught and what we are being told as we're growing up, that you always need to find someone who will push you forward. All that is good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's wrong.
Yeah.
Please don't get me wrong. But rather that if you focus too much on that, it's a little bit like selfish also. Because it's like constantly looking at what the person can do towards you.
Yeah, how you
Yeah.
can how
And
that
then-
person can satisfy
Correct.
your own
Yeah.
And then
needs.
you'll be so dependent on another person.
Yeah.
What if God suddenly takes away that person?
It's like cannot live without that person.
Yeah. So it'll be so difficult. So you need to be dependent on God. And then the girlfriend, the wife, all fall into places. Right?
How, like you said a few just now when you said about like what if you can't live without that person, right? But what if, right, to a person who is like maybe in a relationship for a few years, like maybe 2 or
Okay.
3 years, and it's time like you guys are not suitable, will you say it's the right thing to say that just break it off?
No. Now, again, we need to come back again to why do you think that it's not suitable?
Yeah.
Okay, for example, people can say not suitable just because they said, for example, I got some friends, oh, that guy is not suitable for me because I don't like the way he dress up. The way his fashion is. That doesn't make sense.
Are you sure, bro?
Yeah, I
Here
have friends.
before?
Yeah, I have before.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't like his sense of fashion. I don't like, he's so old school.
Yeah.
And fashion is an issue now. And then got another friend is, I want to break up because this guy doesn't have Instagram, doesn't have Facebook, and he doesn't want to get into social media. So there's some gap there. Okay, forget about all that. So all these things seems petty, all right? When you say not suitable, we need to ask what is not suitable.
Yeah.
Is she or he cheating on you? Then there's every reason for you to really look
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
Is she or he morally involved in something that is wrong?
Yeah.
Then you got to think about it. But all this thing got to do, let's say, with looks and even small characters. Like say, he doesn't sweep the floor, he's not hygienic. And all these things can be trained.
Yeah.
Can be discipled, can be mentored.
Yeah.
So for me, it comes back to what is not suitable.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think would be the example? Give me an example.
Yeah, give an example,
Yeah.
Evan.
Give me a
I don't
case.
have an example because I'm
Give me a case.
I'm
No, no.
evergreen. I'm evergreen,
No,
so
just,
I don't.
just try to make up a case.
Made up a case.
Made up a
Made
case.
up a case.
Made up a case.
Okay. When a person who is not suitable, right? Suitable.
why are you laughing,
Why are
bro?
you laughing?
Are you okay?
Sorry, too much throwbacks. Okay, I'm joking.
Do you need some water?
No. All right. Not suitable.
This is a
In what way do you think,
maybe in terms of maturity.
Ah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yes.
Okay, see, maturity
Thank
is
you, Evan.
also very
Yeah.
big word because
Yeah.
some would associate maturity with age,
Yeah.
which I totally disagree. Because you can have a 20-year-old boy who is so mature like a 30-year-old boy.
Wow. Yeah.
So age, maturity does not define by age, but maturity is defined by your character, by your ethics. Ethics means how do you live up your life?
Yeah.
Maturity comes with principles. What do you hold on to?
Yeah.
What will you say yes to? What do you say
Yeah.
no to? So maturity comes with that. So when someone says that I want to break up, or this person is not suitable because of maturity issue, ask them, why do you think the person is not mature to it? You think if they say it's the age, then I think that's something that we need to counsel them.
Yeah, but more in terms of like not the age, but in terms of like you're not mature.
In
Like in terms
God?
of okay, well, let's not put that in God thinking
Okay.
first. Like more of like taking care of yourself, being
Ah.
independent. You know, like you can't even control yourself. How can you be able to control the relationship?
Correct. So again, then, when this kind of things happens, usually communication is very, very important. Let's say that you find your partner, someone that you're dating, that he or she is not hygienic, let's say, doesn't take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Don't know how to, simple things don't know how to comb their hair, let's say, or doesn't brush their teeth or all that. And then you could always go to them and tell them, spill it out. Spill it out. Say, this is what that I don't like about you.
Yeah.
You're not hygienic and all that.
Yeah.
All right. Would you try to change yourself because of me? Would you do that? Would you put in some effort to be clean? To be mature in that sense. If that person said, no, this is who am I and this is what I want to do, then you realize that this person is not trying to put effort in building the relationship.
Wow.
Yeah.
But if you address the maturity to that person, you say to that person, the person is saying, yes, this is my weakness, right? Could you help me?
Yeah.
Tell me every single day, tell me. And when the person improve themselves, then there is hope.
Yeah. When you talk about changing,
Yeah.
right? Changing someone, do you think that when relationship happens, right, it's really changing one another to be better?
Oh,
Like the whole completely changed. Like I encountered this scenario where
Yes.
like for example, my character is I talk a lot. I'm an extrovert, right? If my partner come
I
and
can
tell
see
me,
that.
yeah, thank you, thank you. It's God's gift.
that's why you are the host for the talk show.
Yes.
No, so I talk a lot, and if my partner tells me, Evan, you really talk a lot. Okay, you talk lesser, but that's changing my personality. But I wouldn't say that it may be benefit to the relationship.
Correct.
But I'm changing myself to be a whole new person, which is not good.
Which is not good.
Which
Correct.
is not good. So you are telling that person to be hygienic. I mean, it's a good thing. But
Now,
But
again,
maybe to them, right?
yeah, maybe
Correct.
to them,
To them.
is
Yeah.
that's why the keyword that I say was communication. Now, what is communication? Communication is a two-way thing.
yeah, yeah.
All right? Two-way thing, which means you need to say and then allow the people to voice out back. For example, you say you talk a lot, and someone says that you talk a lot and I don't like about it, please try to change yourself. And then you need to explain to them, this is who am I. I talk a lot and I can't help but to talk. But if the person is saying that, but it's a little bit annoying for me because you're always talking, then ask them.
Ouch.
Listen, ask them, in what way I'm annoying? You see, communication, in what way? Is there any specific events or incident that you could remember?
Yeah.
Okay? If the person, yes, there was this night that 10 o'clock in the night, I was about to sleep, but you came, you talk. Okay? Then probably you can say, I am very, very sorry because I didn't know that you were tired.
Yeah.
So next time, let's make a deal. Okay? If you're tired, come to me and tell me, hi, my boyfriend, right? I'm tired. Okay, I'm so tired. I'm just going to rest. You being the partner should say, okay, I understand you're tired. I'm going to give you your space.
Wow.
You see, communication. That's what I do. That's what I do with my wife. Understand one another. It takes two hands to clap.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
that
that's true.
the relationship is really communication.
Communication, bro.
With God.
Yes.
Right? It's not like I just want to change for us to be better,
Yes.
but it's changing to be better
Yes.
for God to
Yes.
use us. But guys, it's really talking too much deep now. We're supposed to start slow.
Slow,
Oh,
exactly.
you,
Yeah.
dive, you dived in so deep
yes.
right away.
Because you asked the criteria. That's deep.
Okay, I have prepared a fun question. Right?
Go ahead. I love fun stuff.
Right, okay. Before we dive in deep, right, how can a Christian start a relationship? Methods, okay?
Methods.
Yeah, methods, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like because, okay, you know, like in the world, you go to a pub, you know, cantik lah, you know, you want to take your number lah. Okay, but what's the Christian way of dating? You know, I always see some jokes, right? Hey, you want to go to the next service with me or not? Like, you want
Really?
to sit next to me?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a good pickup line.
Okay. Now I'll keep a lookout. Whoever asks me, no.
So fun ways to get into a relationship.
Yeah, want to play badminton or not?
You know, I mean, okay.
Oh, that pickup line now.
Okay, this is just a joke, okay?
Okay,
I'm just saying
okay.
just to start off as a joke. You can go up to a girl and you're like, I've been reading the book of Numbers and I couldn't find your number. Can I have your number? Don't do that. That's a joke. It's just a joke. Or you can go to her and say, is your name Fate? Because you are the substance of the things I hope for. I'm kidding.
Oh no!
I'm kidding.
You see Evan using it on his girlfriend. The
Don't do that.
Next few times.
You know the best way for guys? The best way? If you're in a youth service, after the youth service finish, stack up the chairs. Take a broom and sweep the floor.
Oh. Heard that, Evan?
Nah, ways to pick up girls. Wow, this is quite dangerous.
Last time when I was younger, I pick up girls very easily, you know, in church.
How?
Can you list a few examples, like how you picked
just
up?
play the drum and everyone and all the girls.
But
Bro,
what if you have a lot of other skillful drummers in your church?
Then but
Because back in my church, there's so many skillful drummers.
Same. Our church as well.
but I was a skillful one.
You're the only one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I need to be proud of it, guys. Yes, I'm proud for my nature. I'm joking, guys.
Pride is
I
the
think
downfall
the
of
best
man.
way, to really get into a relationship, right? I mean, focus your walk with God.
Wow.
And I mean, if the girl is really spiritual and really into God, she'll be like, oh, look at that guy. He loves God. You know, if he loves God, he will love me. Yeah.
Okay.
Have I tried pick up girls? I think I did. But in the past, it was more on a very cheeky way lah. You know, like text them, like, hey, I got a Bible verse for you, you know, kind of thing. But I would not recommend you to do that.
Wait, bro.
Oh, the numbers
Bro.
one will. Oh.
I have a question, bro. Does girl come to you or you go to girl?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Honest.
In teenage, after I accepted Christ, I accepted Christ when I was 17.
Yeah.
After that, a lot of girls came.
Actually,
Actually, all the girls that were with me, I mean, my ex and all, they came to me. Yeah. Because they see.
They see the maturity.
Yeah,
in
the
you.
maturity.
They
See the light God in front of you.
the fire of
I was
God
very
burning
timid.
in
I was
you.
very timid before.
Oh, you like me?
Very timid. Before I accepted Christ, very timid. I would not talk to a girl. I would not. I would just walk away.
Oh, so you're the introvert type.
Yeah. But after I accepted Christ, different already. Yeah.
Wow, come on.
Yeah. So I was really. I would not talk to a girl. I don't have girlfriends. Friends. You know, the kind of thing. I don't have. Yeah.
Really?
I didn't have. So I didn't have like girlfriend until I was 18.
Oh.
That's just 1 year after you get accepted.
Yeah, that's fast. One year after.
Christian girl, yeah.
Christian girl.
Wow.
Christian girl, of course.
Talking about this, Christians, can we date non-Christians?
That's a very, very good question.
I have a lot of friends who date non-Christian.
Yeah, I have a lot, plenty.
Yeah.
They even get married.
Yeah. Okay. This is personal view and something that is closest to the Bible. I will not say that this is exactly what's in the Bible, but I will say closest. So I'm a man that whatever advice I give, I will refer to what's closest to the Bible. I would say no. The reason why I say no is because, I can't illustrate here because we have our mic and all that. Okay, let's say, just imagine, okay, you are a Christian, okay, and you are so high with God. Higher. But you're so matured in God and all that. Okay, imagine you are standing on this chair.
Yeah.
You're standing on this chair, higher chair, let's say, on a stool.
Yeah.
You stay on the stool. And you're dating a non-Christian who is now below the stool, imagine.
Yeah.
She doesn't know the Lord, and she doesn't know the value of God and all that, okay? And most of the time people will say, oh no, I'm dating a non-Christian because I want to get her safe. I want to get him safe. But you see, as you are on the stool and the girl or the guy is on the bottom, let's say you are holding hands, okay? It's easier for her to pull you down.
Yeah.
True?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very difficult for you to pull her up.
Yeah.
You know, the momentum, the force is difficult. But for her, just one pull, you can fall down already.
Yeah.
Because the values are different, the principles are different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would not recommend. And again, let's say if you guys get married, okay, and being non-Christian and Christian, there's going to be clash in terms of ministry, in
And
terms of going
values.
to church, your time. You got prayer meeting lah, you got worship practice, you got talk show to go. And then she's like, no, why do you do all this? You know, have a talk show with me at home.
Different vision.
You know, have talk show at home. You know, let's turn off the light and do something.
Oh.
You know? But then you are trying to explain. No, but this is God's work. They will not understand that.
Yeah. Different
Yeah,
vision.
I'm not.
different
I'm not
perspective.
undermining them, please.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
What I'm trying to say,
definitely.
that's gonna create a tension.
So you would say if creating more
Tension.
of a risk.
Risk, yes.
Yeah.
Risk
But
and-
what if it's a good risk?
Again,
Okay, you say I can pull, but some people really.
I've seen people
accept
who
us,
actually
right?
accept. I've seen.
Yeah, and they
I've seen.
really walk with God.
I've seen that. I've never experienced that
Yeah.
because I've never gone into that. There are some of my friends who dated a non-Christian and eventually they became Christian and they serve God and they're so happy in the house of God. But if you're watching this, if you're already dating a non-Christian, after this talk show, don't go to them and say, hey, I heard this guy said I'm going to break up with you. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that, guys.
Don't do that, please. Continue to love her.
Yeah.
Pray and ask God for grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Just
so
depend
so
on His
it's,
grace.
it's more,
I don't
it's
have a
more
definite
important,
answer.
So it's more important to, like, when we date a non-Christian, it's important for us to keep on reflecting.
Correct.
And to like, God, am I walking the right path, or is my partner pulling me down?
Yes.
So that's very important, right?
Yes. And if you're not into any relationship yet, then probably don't consider it lah. But if you're already in, don't break up because it's going to hurt that person very hard. And they are going to say that, hey, you know, I thought you love God and why are you doing all this?
Yeah.
So rather than ask God for grace, say, God, what should I do? Give
But
me grace.
what if that person has a crush on a non-Christian?
If you're young, look out for someone who is older, who is someone that is mentoring you.
Yeah, yeah.
Later, maybe we can talk about that. Someone who can mentor, disciple you. Talk to them and see what they say, because everyone has a spiritual leader
Yeah,
over
yeah,
there. And if they are okay, then they are okay lah. I would because I can't give a specific answer because I'm not mentoring everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every
that's
church has
true.
their own setting,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I can't now say no, that's right, that's wrong. No, I can't say that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Wow. That's great.
Yep. Anything?
No. It's just a lot
Okay.
to
What
take
would be your fun way in picking up a girl?
in.
You asked me. What about you?
To be honest, I'm very shy with girls, you know.
Oh my goodness.
Esther, is that true?
I would say no,
I'm really
but I don't know.
I'm really shy.
Okay, we'll talk about that after the show. Because I need to ask in the another half first.
Okay, so right, let's go to the point biblically. All right.
Okay.
So let's talk about relationships. People who are really in a relationship.
Okay.
Now. So how can we? Because I know that relationships supposed to hand into God.
Okay.
Right. That's true. That's true. We all agree to that.
Yep.
Okay, but how can we keep a consistent walk with God? What are ways that we can continue to focus the direction that God has set for us in this relationship?
As a couple, is it?
As a
Yeah, as a
couple.
couple.
As a couple.
Very
Because
good.
it's no longer I need to read my Bible every day. No, it's not talking about individual growth, but it's talking about a couple purpose together. Because I never believe that when God put
Put someone,
a couple together, it's not like you do this, you do that.
Yeah,
But
it's
the Bible
together.
says two become one,
One.
right? Yeah. So you both are doing the same vision and purpose. When you get hurt, your partner get hurt
Correct.
as well.
Exactly.
So how can we keep this consistency? You know, like how, like every day, what does a couple needs to do? You know,
Okay.
and stuff.
All right.
Like that.
So there is no golden rule in that. All right.
Yeah.
There's no golden. Different couple do it differently. You talk about individual growth. Individual growth is important. Continue with the individual growth, because if you don't have individual growth, you cannot have a couple growth. It's like, okay, how are you? Okay, for example, as a guy, me, if I don't have individual growth, how do I'm going to counsel or inspire my spouse? Right. So individual growth is important. Whereas when you are in a couple, there's such thing as called growing as a couple together.
Yeah.
Okay. Hannah, how do you do that? It's very, very simple. It's not about fasting 40 days, 40 nights without eating, going around the table, speaking in tongues and all that. No, it's very simple. Basically, I don't do this every day, okay? But in a week, once or twice, right? Just get together and worship God together. You see, it's another thing to worship God together in the church, with the
Yeah.
setting, with corporately, but it's so powerful to worship God with your spouse in your own living room. Just do that. And do that, and ask the spouse, right? Ask your partner, is there anything that I can be praying for you? And likewise, do it. All right? So you pray with one another. And to grow as a couple, be vulnerable.
Oh.
That's the thing. Don't
Yeah.
ever keep any secrets. No secrets.
And no egos.
Can I say something very honest and very open?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Is that okay? This talk show
Yeah,
allows,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just do it.
Okay, I'm a guy. Okay, you are a guy, right? Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, we are guys, and sometimes our mind can get carried away. Okay. So there was this one day that I was scrolling Instagram, and I kind of saw like some sexy girls and all that, and my mind was playing quite, like getting deeper and deeper.
Yeah,
And
you
I-
married, really?
Yeah, I married.
Okay.
I married, and I thought that this is wrong. My mind is entertaining it,
Yeah.
and I wanted to do something that was very wrong. You know what I'm talking about. And I immediately, of course, texted my brother friends, which is Jasmine and 2 others. I told them, brothers, this is what I'm going through, and I'm scared that I will fall into sin. Then I realized telling my brothers is good, but telling my wife is more powerful.
Wow.
But it takes a lot of boldness.
Yeah, courage.
But
man.
I went to her, I said, baby, this is what. I was in the room, and I was scrolling some Instagram, and it just went on, and I feel very bad. I want to apologize to you. Can you please pray for me? I'm
Wow.
struggling. She held my hand, and she prayed for me.
Was she angry?
She was not angry. She was happy that I told her what I was
Yeah.
struggling.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
so I need-
vulnerability
wow.
is
Wow.
how couples will grow so mature together.
Yeah, transparency.
Wow,
is
that-
important,
Transparency,
yeah.
That takes a lot of courage
Yes,
to like
courage.
tell your, especially
That's
your
like-
wife.
yeah.
I scroll,
Yeah.
scroll.
Baby,
Yeah.
I turi.
Yeah.
Watch
Turi,
something I
turi.
shouldn't watch, but okay.
Yeah. So then after
Wow.
that, of course, there is a next step. I can't just tell her and then, okay, pray, it's okay. Now, what are you going to do next about it? There's few people I had to unfollow on Instagram. Because they are revealing a lot of things that I couldn't handle. I had to unfollow. Even though they are my friends, I had to unfollow. Because now, I'm vulnerable towards my wife, and now I don't want to hurt her.
Wow, purity.
Yeah, purity. So purity also is a growth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Wow.
for me, worship together, tell your problems, your weakness one another, be vulnerable, be honest. That's how you grow together.
Wow.
That's it. Simple. No golden rule. Huh?
No golden rule.
No
Like,
golden
like
rule.
we have to do devotion in the morning
Nah.
together.
No.
We have to praise Jesus together.
All
go to
that will
church
come along.
together.
It will come. It will
Right.
come.
Talking about purity, bro, this is the main juice of the session. Talking about boundaries.
Yes.
Talking about sexual boundaries.
Nothing good happens after 10 p.m.
Okay. Okay.
If you're
alright.
dating, if you're going out with another partner, nothing good happens after 10.
So they should all come back before 10, yeah?
You
No,
can't
no,
come
no,
back
it's
before
just a-
that.
it's
So
not-
what
it's
if your
just
church
saying,
service
just
ends at 10?
No, you just saying. Yeah. Again, go ahead. Again.
It's very important.
What's the boundary?
Yeah, boundaries is very important, you know. As well, I'm not saying that it's just speaking to teenagers, guys. Please don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I know that teenagers, we guys are sexually active, but we are also speaking to people who are in their young adults
Dating,
and to
yeah.
people who are also in their adulthood.
Correct.
You know, because we are human, we have a lust, and I'm trying to say that sexual, you know, is God's given thing. It's nothing to be ashamed
Correct.
about, right?
Yeah.
But there's a certain rule that we have to keep.
Sex is beautiful, yo.
Yeah,
I'm married.
Sex is beautiful, guys. There's nothing to be afraid to talk about sex, you know.
Yeah.
Like, guys, I know we live in a culture where we talk about this kind of stuff. Is really
Like a taboo topic.
Taboo.
yeah.
it's a no-no.
Asian
Yeah,
culture.
yeah.
I think we should talk more about it.
Yeah.
because a lot of Christians they don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of pastors
Yeah.
don't talk about it. So what did
Yeah.
they do? Go to Google, go to
Wow.
Instagram and get the wrong information.
Yeah.
That's even
Yeah.
worse, man.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is why we should talk about sex.
All right.
Well, let's
So
start
what do you want to know about sex?
What? Okay,
You must
okay.
know about everything.
All right, let's do the basic one. Let's do the basic first, right? This is a lot of people ask, right? A lot of people ask.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, we don't talk about boundaries first. Let's talk about this sexting topic first,
Okay.
right? Okay. When you get married,
Uh-huh.
okay, other than your parents,
Uh-huh.
how, like, who do you, like, you can't watch porn to know how to have sex. So who is the right person to actually ask, like, bro, how do you have sex?
Okay.
Like,
Oh, okay.
well, right.
I
Like,
got so
What
many.
you write me?
See, there's so many answers to this.
Yeah.
And all the answers I'm going to say, it will sound very true. Now, one of it is, this may sound cliche, but when you get married, right, you will understand this. When you get married, bro, on that day when you're having sex, somehow you will just know how to do it.
oh, Holy
In
Spirit.
a
You will just know.
instinct.
You will just know. You will just know.
Oh,
Okay.
you-
Let's say if you
okay.
don't know, okay, don't know doesn't mean. But there's no one who came to me to say they don't know lah. But just maybe some techniques. You know, they don't know. But again,
Techniques, okay.
see, when you're about to get married, that's the very reason I would always recommend people to go for marriage counseling.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because back in my senior overseer, the marriage counseling, one of the lesson is how to have sex.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he will talk stuff that is so real, and he will not censor his words.
You do this, you do that.
Yeah,
All kinds of
literally.
positions.
All kind of style.
Okay, who has to be up, who has to be down.
Oh, hey, sign me up, bro. Hey, no, I'm joking, bro.
Yeah. So to that extent of saying that,
Wow. Oh.
Wow.
which is encouraged, which is not encouraged, how to actually talk to your partner, to ask them, are you okay with this? Are you not okay with that? Yeah.
Well, this guy is real.
Yeah, this guy is real. And I do that with all my friends too. You can ask my friends. If they're going to get married, they know Sebastian is the guy that they know.
Bro, I can call you lah after I get
No,
married.
because
lah.
there's nothing shy actually.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Nothing
true.
shy. Because I realize that people who are shy, like what you say, they don't know what to do, then they watch porn. No?
Yeah, in the end they watch porn. Yeah.
And when they watch porn, right, when I hear this kind of stuff, right, I kind of blame myself and blame the church because we didn't address this issue.
Yeah, yeah.
So if they don't know where they go somewhere that they can get knowledge from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, bro, talking about porn, okay, I feel weird saying that. Well, in my school, we learn about sexuality.
Yeah.
Sexuality and sexual
I
sins.
think I think all school lah.
Yeah. No, I mean in my pastoral school.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's more detailed.
Okay.
So I mentioned this topic before, and not a lot of people wanted to answer because they thought it was embarrassing.
Okay.
So my question was this: is it true, or is it right for marriage couple to have, dirty stuff? Like, have you watched 50 Shades of Grey, like those kind of show? Right? I'm trying to be honest here.
Like SM,
BDSM, right?
BDSM.
Like you slap here, slap there
Okay.
with a belt or whatever. Well, in terms of it, you will see that
It's getting interesting now.
well, if you look at it, right, it's sex.
Yeah.
It's having fun. It's pleasure. God created. But is it right? Because if if your couple, if your partner even want it to have that, right, is it right?
Now, again, come back to it. This 50 Shades of what? Grey, is it?
Yeah.
Grey.
Yeah,
Then
let's not talk about it. Let's just talk BDSM.
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 Belt, with
BDSM
the-
is bondage.
Yeah.
What
Dominant.
Dominion.
S is what?
Oh, I can't remember.
It's okay. Don't need
Okay,
to.
anyway.
Yeah,
Anyway. So basically, it's all about control. Control, domination,
Yeah.
dominion, and also torture, relative torture. Now, where does this picture comes from? Again, you need to understand, when husband and wife, they get married, right? It's a beautiful picture, all right, of a family.
Wow.
It's a beautiful picture of loving, submitting in God's way. But what the devil tries to do is to paint a picture that woman has to submit to the guy,
Wow.
no matter how the guy behave.
Yeah.
A picture of the, even if you go in the olden days, you look at the Greek history,
Yeah.
the Greek gods and all that, they will treat women like slave.
Wow.
I want sex now means now.
Yeah.
I will strip you off, I can beat you up and all that.
Yeah.
So the devil is trying to bring that picture again
Yeah.
to show to the woman it's okay for you to be dominated by a guy. It's okay for you, as long the guy has a helicopter, as long the guy has a Ferrari, as long the guy has money,
He can treat you how he
can
wants
do whatever
to.
he
Yeah.
wants, you just need to submit.
Oh my god.
So it's a wrong picture
Wow.
of sex and relationship.
Okay, but what about this? Alright, this is the two extreme part. In sexuality, right? Like porn has evolved.
Correct.
From the start, there's no sex toys. There's no vibrator or whatever. Well, it progressed, right?
Yeah,
What
but-
do you think about this?
Okay, coming back to that, that is the porn industry.
Yeah.
But if you look back to the history, actually it's been more worse in the past.
Really?
It was. Now at least it's better because they have sex toys. It's safe. Last time they used stinks,
Oof.
whatever they could see.
Yeah.
Right?
nasty.
If you understand the Greek culture, even in the biblical times, right? If you really study the Greek culture, it's really, really horrifying. How they will literally pour hot water
Ew.
and all because they like to see smoke coming out from the body, and this kind of torture. So it was actually way back worse back then.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh my
but
gosh.
just that last time we don't have CD lah. We don't have internet. Correct, correct. So we don't know. Now we know everything because it's all yeah. So what's the question? Yeah,
No.
it's as bad as last time.
Yeah. So I mean, is it right to do all this? Because
No.
It's
You
also,
mean, is it right, like
Yeah.
using sexual, like using
sexual
toys?
Like, but okay, what you mean is true. It's like because marriage is a beautiful picture.
Yeah, it's a beautiful picture.
Why do you want to beat your partner up?
Correct.
Why do you want to do all this kind of stuff? It's supposed to be pleasure.
Respect.
Yeah, respect.
You see, God created sex holy. All right, and I had a couple who is in America, and they never had sex before when they were dating, and they never had sex with anyone else. So they were really pure, virgin, and when they got married, right, and they were already very old at that time, and they came and told me, they said every day until now they have the most beautiful sex ever.
Wow.
And when I hear that, right,
You cried.
you know, it's like wow, that's
Yeah,
the
like,
that's
that's
the
the
reward.
real-
That's the
yeah.
reward
Yeah.
that God gives you
Yeah.
because you kept yourself pure.
Yeah.
So I'm going to reward that, and it's the pleasure over pleasure. But if you go to guys and women who have already had sex and already watched too many porns, their satisfaction level is not as same as those who have never watched porn.
Wow. Yeah.
It's true. Because you know why? Porn, no matter how you've been saved, okay, you've been saved, the image is still there.
Yeah.
The image is there.
Yeah.
And when I have sex with my wife, and those who are married have sex with your wife, you will not have, even 10% of what's happening in the porn. Because what happens in the porn is it's cut and take.
Yeah.
It's cut and take,
Yeah.
it's camera, it's edits, it's
Yeah.
torture, taking pill, taking supplements. It hurts both sides.
Yeah.
All right? But whereas in a marriage, you don't do all that.
Yeah.
It's
So when
pure.
guy who's
Yeah.
so excessive towards porn, I have friends like, how come I married my wife? I'm not enjoying myself. I ask why? Because in porn they do this, but in my marriage I cannot do. That's the problem.
Wow.
Because the devil has polluted your mind
Come on,
to do the
Pastor.
things that's
Yeah.
not supposed to be done.
Yeah.
For example, anal sex. Okay, let's talk about it. Are you guys okay to talk about this? Okay, let's say anal sex.
All right.
Anal sex, it's a hole where shit comes out.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I don't understand.
Okay, and when you watch porn, it's okay
Yeah.
to do all this.
Yeah.
All right, but if you respect someone,
Yeah.
Why would you?
why
do
would you want to put something into that thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
You get it? Because why, you love someone so much that you don't want to do something that
Yeah.
That hurts the.
that
person.
hurts, and also it's more of very corrupt.
Yeah.
It's more than I want to pleasure you. It's like, no, I want to pleasure myself. Yeah. So porn actually destroys a perfect marriage
Marriage,
life.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Pastor. Let's do this conclusion of
Okay.
like understanding of how to keep a relationship pure.
Okay. If you're watching this, if you're young, right, it will not make sense now. Because I was young too at the time. And it doesn't make sense. Like, this old fella talking. Okay, to keep pure, right? Of course, you can hold hands, lah. Okay, when you're dating, you hold hands. Okay, you want to hug, go ahead. But those who are dating, you know this. You always start with holding fingers first. You're walking, touch.
All
Got,
your pinkies.
got,
Can I hold your hand?
got electric. No, I'm not gonna hold your
Electricity.
hands. COVID, cannot do that. Okay, and then you got electric shock. Then you're like, nice. And then from there, you want to go to the next one.
Yeah, come on, Pastor, preach it.
Then you
yeah.
want to go to hugs.
Yeah, come on.
Wow, it's more nicer. No, it's love. It's nice. It's nice. Then you already hold hands, you already hugs. What's next?
Kiss.
Maybe can I kiss on your cheek?
Yeah.
Cheek only ma. It's not wrong what? Okay. Cheek kiss. Yeah. Not
Sian
nice
already,
Harry
bored already.
Harry are you? You know, why don't we take it to the lips?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
When's the lips and lip touch, bro? Lips has thousands of nerves. Tongues have more than that.
Wow.
When the nerves and nerves touch, everything inside of you will start to boil. When you start to boil,
Yeah.
your mind cannot think straight. And if you're a guy, the down thing cannot think straight.
Yeah.
Your hand
Yeah,
will start
everything
to move.
happens.
Everything
Your hand
just
will start
happen,
to
yeah,
move.
yeah.
So for me, to keep yourself pure, it's always good to have an accountability partner. Senior
Yeah.
partner, someone who is married, or your youth pastor, someone who can watch over you.
Yeah.
If you're going out, I did that. You know that? I tell you a story. When I want to go out with the girl which I've now married,
Yeah,
my wife.
yeah.
You know what I did first? I texted the father. First time.
Her father.
Her father.
Her father.
I said, Uncle,
Mhm.
I would like to get to know your daughter. Is it okay if I ask her out?
Mm.
Of course, the father happy lah. Father said, okay, go ahead. I texted my senior overseer. I said, Pastor, I'm going to go out with this girl.
Yeah.
I just to let you know. After I went out with them, I gave them a report.
Yeah.
I said, I went out with her. This is what we did
Is it like before you guys get married?
before we got married.
Or the first time?
The first time.
Yeah.
So subsequently, I did that. I had a mentor that I was open to. Right? So there are times I'm a pastor. There are times sometimes things get so heat up that I like, let's take it further. Let's take it further. And I will always remind ourselves, it's time to go home.
Yeah.
Before 10 p.m.
No one's watching.
Yeah,
And then you're
yeah.
tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you encountered a scenario before?
Oh, yes. Scenario when I was in my early age
Yeah.
with my ex and all that. Yes, we got physical. But those who are watching, we've never got into sex.
Yeah. Yeah.
But of course, we did all the other things apart from sex. There was no control and there was no accountability partner.
Yeah.
I didn't have. I was doing things my way.
Yeah.
I didn't want it.
Yeah.
Why I didn't want it? Because I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Anyone who doesn't want to have an accountability partner is because they want to go against God's will.
Yeah. Come on.
Because you got no one to tell.
Yeah.
But when you have someone watching over you, not to say fear, but rather that you respect that so much that you don't want to do something that's wrong.
Yeah. When it comes to accountability partner, what are those suited to be your accountability partner?
For me, I always...
Well, not a lot of people has a
Correct,
parent.
understand that. And that's sad.
Yeah.
That's really sad. That's why when I was a youth pastor back then, I made sure that all these guys who are dating, I become the accountability partner. But I will not be so strict, like a old school father, Because when you're too strict, right, they will not come to you.
They will.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So there are
true.
people who come to the pastor, I actually slept with my girl. I had sex. And I shouldn't be the one that said that you did something wrong, God is going to judge you, you're going to go to hell. But rather, like, okay, you have done this and this is wrong. I want to tell you this is wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be there to disciple you, mentor you so you can come out from that.
Wow, come on.
Yeah. So you empower them back.
Yeah.
So someone who, to look for someone, the criteria is someone who empower you back, not
Wow.
someone who push you away.
Yeah.
So look out for someone who empower you. If you can't find anyone, then probably go to you lah.
For Evan.
No,
Or pray,
come to
pray.
me.
No, really.
Yeah,
Really,
pray.
This
Yeah.
works. You pray. Say, God, send me someone who can mentor me and guide me. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, and again, as closing, right? If you're watching this, if you are young, right? Love feeling will just come like that.
Yeah.
If you're 12-year-old, 11-year-old, sometimes it comes. If it comes, it's good.
It's not bad.
It's not bad because
Yeah.
it means your hormone is working, your emotion is in the right
if
place.
you don't like that person, something's wrong with you.
Yeah,
right?
if never come, then probably that.
yeah, this one you can find him.
Yes. So
You
if
find
you have this someone in your school, like,
Yeah.
hey, that girl is pretty and all, talk to someone. Someone that's senior to you, talk to her. Say, I kind of like this girl, and I really pray that that person will really guide you along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got 15-year-old who came to me and said, I like this girl and all that. And I will tell them the good and the bad of it. I mean, not the good, the consequences of it. All right, this is what happens if you date too young, blah, 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 blah. But after all, I believe in you.
Yeah.
You will make your own decision. I told this guy,
Yeah.
you are a man, I trust you, you will make your own decision.
Yeah.
Then I think because of that, he went back home, he felt so touched, he cried and all. So, Pastor, thank you for believing in me. You called me a man, you didn't call me a boy. Pastor, I've decided not to get into a relationship.
Wow.
Why? Because you respect the person.
Yeah.
So a lot of young people, right, they're doing things behind people's back because they don't feel respect.
Yeah.
So respect them.
Yeah.
Respect young people.
Right.
They love someone, it comes. It's not something that you purposely make it happen. No, it comes.
Yeah. I want to end this with this is just a short
Okay.
last minute question. Talking about accountability to leadership, many of us has been hurt before.
True. I've been hurt too.
Yeah, and so yeah, churches are not doing their job. I have to be
Okay.
honest. Not all do their job properly.
Okay.
Yeah, but everyone's learning.
Correct.
No one blaming anyone.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's not talk about who to find next, but
Okay.
instead of how to deal with it, like how do you deal to say, hey, I'm sorry, I have to move on. I know I can't be hurt. I have to learn to open up because some people are hurt to the extent where they don't feel like opening up to
Yeah, they
anyone
choose to
anymore.
close
Anyone,
up.
Even
understand.
you are a good leader or what? Nah, it's not gonna happen. What
Correct.
about this?
Okay, again, my take is, my answer is, you have to pray that God will send someone else. Because if you're really serious in a relationship,
Yeah.
you're really serious in something, and you're serious to God, say, God, I really need help. God will send someone.
Yeah.
If you're hurt with this church or someone else, God will send someone else to come.
Yeah.
And in that waiting process, all right? In that waiting process, what do? Very simple. In that waiting process, you and your partner need to address the issue that you are struggling with. For us, me and my wife before that, our issue was if we go out too late in the night, our minds start to think differently.
Yeah.
So our issue was late night.
Yeah.
So this is why we're struggling. We told her this is why we're struggling. So it's best for us not to go out middle of the night.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about when you are still single.
Oh, you're still single.
Yeah. Relationship, I mean, of course.
If you like someone.
Yeah, not say like someone, like you just
You just need an accountability.
you
person.
done it before, you broke up, but the hurt for a future relationship, you don't want to find anyone else.
We're talking about that.
That, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I know. I've seen people who have tattooed their body, don't trust women, don't trust girls all because of
Bro, I have been through like some of my friends who don't even care or don't even want to be Christians anymore
because of hurts.
because of hurts what the church has done.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because they dated someone and they disapprove it.
Yeah, and disapprove it. Like maybe not disapprove it. Like maybe just I think a lot. That person said this. My leader said this and that.
And it affected the relationship.
So many things happened. Yeah. Then the relationship did not go well. Then people started to reject them. Then the
Gossip.
whole church started to see them as a bad thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
It's still happening.
Yeah. If the person break up already, or okay lah, or person get married lah, but the person will never,
Step into church
never
again.
find anyone anymore.
Okay. I just want to encourage all those who, if you're watching this, if you are that person, if you're broken inside, there's a verse in the Bible that God is close to the broken hearts.
Wow.
All right. I've been broken, massively broken, bro. I was planning. I save up money for my wedding, save up money for my house. Supposed to get married, and last minute the girl came and said that I don't want to do. I cannot do this life with you. And there is no argument. I never argued before 3 years. We've been with her. Never argue. Never got into quarrel. Nothing.
Wow.
Just
Wow.
that she thought that she needs to move on.
Yeah.
Because she knew that I'm a pastor and she didn't want that. She would want to enjoy, to go,
Yeah.
to have fun and all that. Okay, anyway, so I've been hurt before.
Yeah.
Right? And true enough, I felt like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't want. But along the way, it changes my mind and said, like, you know what, God, I don't want to say that I don't want to get into a relationship. But what I'm telling you, God, is I want to take a break, all right,
Yeah.
until you do something,
Wow.
until you bring the person.
Yeah.
Which means I'm not going to chase after someone. I'm not going to go seeking for someone now. You open door for me.
Yeah.
Now with the church, okay, let's say the church has, hurt you, gossip about you, reject you, and you don't want to step into church anymore.
Yeah.
None of the church is perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Every individual, they have their own problem. The best thing is if you're hurt by a church because of relationship, or if you're hurt by a leader because of relationship, the best thing, again, I'm telling you, is to go to God.
Yeah.
You go to God, pour out your heart. Say, God, I'm messed up, I'm broken, everybody hates me and all that. And then God will slowly speak to you.
Yeah.
And you know, when you spend time with God, you realize that you are so loved by God.
Come on.
When
Yeah.
you understand that you're so loved by God,
Yeah.
no matter how broken, shattered you are, you will still stand strong.
Yes.
Wow.
Bro, I could walk away from the church.
Yeah.
I could have gone to another church.
Yeah.
I got every reason to do that.
Yeah.
But you stayed
But I
because of
did
God.
not, because you know why?
Yeah.
I knew who was my God.
Come on.
Yes.
I knew woman, man will come and go, but God remains forever.
Come on. Yeah.
Amen.
So when I did that, things just fall into places. I tell you a testimony. You know what happened? My pastor, when I told my pastor that I like this girl in the church, you know what my pastor told me? That, I know. 2 years ago, God already spoke to me.
Oh.
Then I told to my mother, to my father. Both of them said, I've been praying for you to get with this girl, but you went with another girl.
Wow.
Her parents.
Oh.
Because I was close to the brother first, very close to the brother. So one of the key thing is get close with the brother first, okay? So I'll always go to their house. I'll sleep
So
over.
if I let the girl get close with the sister.
Yeah. So sleep over. I would sleep over in their house.
Yeah.
Okay. But I had no connection with the sister. No connection at all.
Yeah.
You know, I was a youth pastor. She was one of my leader.
Yeah.
Right? No connection, nothing. Just leader and pastor thing. And then every time when I go to the house, the mother will say, "This is the guy that's going to marry my daughter."
Wow.
But no one say anything to anyone. See how God prepares.
Oh, amazing,
So
right?
get close to the sister. That's I was still in my mind right now.
No, get close to the brother.
Brother. But my intention was not to get the sister.
Yeah.
That's my intention was
Okay.
pure friendship, serve God,
Wow.
love God,
Yeah.
and things just fall into places.
Wow.
So when I look back, like my marriage, everything was just like, wow, so beautiful.
Wow, it's some kind of drama series, man.
It's very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Wow,
and,
wow,
and the brother also was like, I told him, I was like, oh, why not? You're my best friend.
Yeah.
But it's Pastor Ruben, if you know him.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I married Pastor Ruben's sister. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Thank you, Sebastian, for sharing with
Yeah.
us. Yeah, guys, remember, guys, every relationship has a different story.
Correct.
Right, guys? It may not be as great as Sebastian's testimony.
No, but before that, I had some.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not always great, okay?
Yeah, it's not always great, yeah, guys. And I just encourage all of us here, those who are hearing and watching us, to continue to walk with God.
Yep.
God's
Yeah.
gonna bring the right person to your life.
Correct.
Yes.
And sometimes, like for you guys those are in a relationship right now, and a lot of things does not go well, and you may think it's not God, but God still gave us the decision, and God will make your relationship
Yep.
great. Yeah,
Yes.
but like what he said, accountability.
Oh.
So yeah, no matter what relationship you're in, get a friend to talk to, get your best friend to talk to, and tell them how are you guys
Yeah.
doing.
Correct.
So someone watches over you. It doesn't have to be a Christian leader, but I mean what he
Mentor
says
or
is
mentor.
true. Yeah, or
Mm.
mentor is what is
Mentor.
true. It says that as long as the person is empowering you, not laughing at you.
Correct.
That's very important, because you can tell someone, "Hey, I dated this girl," and you dated this girl. It does not make sense.
Yeah, correct.
So find someone who encourages and motivates you guys.
Correct.
That's very important. Right? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Correct.
Thank you so much. It's a
Wow,
what a
it's-
way.
It was
Wow.
an insightful session, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you, Amy. Hope to invite you back to this
Correct.
session
Thank
again.
you. Thank
Wow.
you. Just
Yes.
last one, right? Last
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Because this is very important
Oh,
also.
wow.
Now, very important that everyone, we think that God has prepared the one for us.
Yeah.
Oh,
We always think
yes.
that.
The one.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
everyone said, oh, your rib belongs to someone else. Okay,
Yeah.
Now, listen to this carefully. Let's say the girl that I was supposed to marry, remember? That's the one that God wanted me to marry, let's say. But she screwed it up, let's say. Okay? She went out and married someone else. Then I married someone else. Which means I'm not in the will of God.
Yeah.
The girl that I married also not in the will of God. That means the whole humanity, one person made a mistake, it destroys everybody. So I do not believe
Yeah, that's-
that God has specific one person for you.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah,
believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that God grants the desires of your heart.
Yeah.
If you love someone, okay, God will grant the desire of your heart if you follow closely on the attributes and the character of
Yeah,
God,
this is
biblical
amazing.
ways.
Yeah.
Yes.
He will align that will according to that.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing that
Yes. This is a perfect
someone will
one.
just
That's a-
drop.
yeah,
Someone will
yeah.
just drop. A lot of people wait for that. Oh, I've not gotten the right
yeah.
one. You will not get the right one.
The one.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's more of
You will
like
not.
a progress towards the
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If not, everyone makes mistake already. Our parents would have made a mistake.
Yeah,
already.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing. Don't believe in that
Correct.
crap. No.
Right. Thank you so much, guys. And if you guys have any question, guys, you can email us in our website. You can message us in our Instagram.
Yep.
And guys, our merch is finally out. You can go to store.lifeawakening.co to get our clothing. But guys, remember that the money all goes to the ministry. It's go to serving. And also, guys, our next week, or a following week later, is going to be our last series on the relationship series.
Yeah.
And we're going to have something interesting. We're going to have 4 people and 2 guests who is Chinese speaking.
Wow.
But they're on an English podcast.
Yeah, but they're going to speak English, so it's going to be hilarious. I can't wait for them to do what's up,
Chaotic
what's
lah.
down, turn your life around.
Gosh.
Yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for watching.
Yeah,
and
thank
keep in
you.
touch, guys.
Yeah.
See you.